Thank you everyone for joining this evening. We have Ranjit, who is the Director of Business Solutions, 3K Technologies. He is going to take the next step of the event. Thank you everyone.
That's me, and that's AI. That's not the real me. Okay, so I personally believe in technology-driven growth, which is actually the foundation of all data and intelligence and modern business optimization. So I want to kind of sync you with all this so that what we're going to try and do today is to help you focus on data, matter, and how intelligence can come through it, right? So with that, so this is a brief about us. So we are an organization with about 22 plus years of experience across US, India, currently, and we are also focusing on the Middle East as a market. Now we have presence in 4 cities, Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai. We are planning to operate in multiple cities also as we go. So that's the presence we have. And the team here is right from the Microsoft practice, and we are a solutions partner and a gold partner, which helps us consult, deploy, and also support customers across multiple domains, right? And today, Copilot is something that everybody's heard of. So what do we really do there, right? Now, what you see on the right-hand side is how Copilot can impact various aspects of business. But with primary focus today, we are going to talk about business applications, which is something that you bring in optimization, efficiency, intelligence into your day-to-day operations, right? Any questions so far? We have legal minds, so I just wanted to interrupt and ask. Thank you. Right. So what are we doing today? And why are we doing it? And how are we doing it? Right? Now the primary focus of law firms, can somebody tell me what is your primary focus? Okay, why are we here? Yes, sir.
How to use the AI at its maximum.
Okay. So what is AI?
I can see the full form.
Thank you so much. So see, primarily what you're doing today is you're looking at managing your data, matter, and operations, correct? And today, compliance also has come into place in a big way. I mean, I think 10 years, 15 years back, compliance was, hey, karenge, kabhi karenge, right? But today it's a different world. We talk about systems, we talk applications and compliance, which is very, very important for that. So why are we having this conversation is because how the data in operations and matters and all of that can be brought in, right? Second thing is, what do we focus on? So how do we get this data more appropriate and efficient for you, which is why the Microsoft Business Applications is going to help you and support you, right? So that's the what, right? Now, how are we going to deliver it? So we have come up with an application system or environment, which is called the Legal Hub, which will help you build the solutions on the Microsoft practice, or the platform as we call it, right? Now, this helps you make your operation seamless and modernized, right? Now, how do we approach it? Now, when you talk about implementing applications, the first approach that we need to do is understand your workflows, understand your processes that you do on a day-to-day basis, and look at automating this completely. So that's what we do. Now, how are we going to do it? We have multiple applications, as you see there, Dynamics 365, Business Central, Power Platform, Copilot. Now, these varied systems within the Microsoft family will integrate together and ensure that the data and matters are taken care of. Any questions?
Yeah, but if you can explain, because I know only, means if you're talking about Office 365 or it's a different.
Okay, so this is Office 365 is an office automation platform, right? What you're talking about is a business application platform which helps you automate your business applications, right? So Dynamics 365 is primarily a solution that focuses on end-to-end process automation, right? The second aspect of it is the Business Central is a focused ERP solution that brings the operations together for firms which are into legal domain and IP, right? The third is a Power Platform. Now, you might be using multiple applications. It could be a CRM, it could be a legal software, it could be legal suite, it could be anything.
Right.
How do you integrate that with the current ERP?
Right.
Right? So Power Apps is a tool automation tool that helps you integrate with all these systems primarily, right? So it could be anything. It could be your, what can I say? It could be sales, it could be operations, it could be finance. All of this can be integrated with Power Apps. So that gives you the power to automate that, integrate that, and bring into one family. So for you, it becomes a seamless operation. You as a user, for example, do not see multiple screens. You will just look at one system that helps you go through the entire process. Hope I'm able to answer your question.
But these are applications which are developed over the Microsoft platform
Yes.
by your firm.
No.
Absolutely. No.
This is from Microsoft.
Okay, Microsoft.
Dynamics 365 is the family
Uh-huh.
where they have ERP, CRM, and Power Cloud. These are all three sections. ERP is more of your finance, your supply chain.
Right.
So for legal firms, we call it as matter management. That was actually provided by us. But the base ERP is from Microsoft.
So you've customized for
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yes.
Maybe
So we're going to talk
consultancy
about how we have
firms.
customized
Yeah.
it, how it can be used for the legal domain
Right.
is the whole idea of our
Right.
legal. Yes, please.
If we already have an existing system, then using the current Microsoft system can be integrated.
Yes.
Yes, that's
exactly what I spoke
to you about the Power Platform.
It need not necessarily be on the same thing. Like suppose I'm using a Linux based or something, some other system.
Okay.
Then will it sync with the Microsoft? I have to have a Microsoft based operating platform system to work with this system.
See, the Linux part of it, we have.
No, I'm just asking.
Okay. So, see, multiple systems, non-Microsoft applications can also be integrated, but again, there is something called API connectors, which is the IT part of it. So, we need to understand what they are and how we are, and then we could do it. But to answer your question, Power Apps can integrate with all the Microsoft platforms. For example, gentleman was saying Office 365. So, if you want to integrate that with your thing, see, as long as it's from Microsoft family, there is native integration and it's seamless and much more efficient, right? So the other aspect of it, it's non-Microsoft, we need to look at how we can integrate that and help you focus on that, right? Now, the whole idea of this whole event is, or the context is that you want to bring in efficiency, transparency, and control into everything that you do on a daily basis. Because your primary focus is not business applications, it's primarily the matters and the compliance that you have in a day-to-day operations. So we try to ease that and make it more efficient, transparent, and control for you, right? With that, I'm going to hand this over to Mr. Karthik, who is the Technology Services Vice President, and he's going to talk about the AI-driven future. Thank you so much. Thanks for your
Thank
time.
you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Ranjit. That's not AI, that's me. So I'll give a quick background. Apart from the number of years I spent in this particular thing, I had an opportunity to work with legal industry itself. Who's and who's of the legal organizations. I started with Lakshmi Kumaran and Sridharan. It's a large law firm, and their current customers also. I started with Lakshmi Kumaran and Sridharan, and I moved to K&S Partners, the JSA, Jyoti Sarkar. So I had an opportunity to work with Jyoti sir and Lakshmi Kumaran sir, and I worked with Harsalvi. Her sir also, I set up the first system working in 2009 in Tamrai. So the many organizations, almost 25 plus organizations I work. I have some amount of knowledge, your language, I can understand better. So you can ask me any kind of questions related to your thing, I can better answer. And this, this organization is, as I said, a 22-year-old company. We highly focused on professional services. So legal is part of professional services. That's how, we wanted to start that, and moreover that the AI part, data and AI part is basically required by the law firms, legal firms. That's strongly I believe, because we work with a lot of documentations and drafting. I strongly believe in terms of it's not just you need to have an application, you need to have an intelligent application. It has to be automated. Most of the work, whatever we are doing currently, and it's an augmentation. It is not a replacement. That's how I believe. This is your area. I don't want to read all those things. But whether it is IP or trademark or patents or corporate or tax or any specialized areas like in which you are in, like how this paradigm can be converted into a kind of application and how AI can be infused in those applications. That's what the topic which we are going to talk about. So if I look at our legal organization, like if I look at the kind of framework, how I visualize is basically, we start with customer engagement, right? I mean, the partners and senior partners, managing partners, they go and meet our clients, customers, contacts, right? And they do certain activities, follow-up activities required. So all those things are taken care by the customer management section of this thing. And then communication is very, very important. Whatever we are interacting, it can be mail, it can be chat, it can be WhatsApp, whatever communication we are doing, that has to be recorded somewhere, it has to be available for us to consume and do the follow-up with the client. And of course, the document part, whatever document we are dealing with the client or internally, so those things. And the planning. I mean, we do certain projects, smaller projects, so that can make it as course of plan. So these are all things like what you said, sir. Like this is Office 365 part, which you mentioned. And the practice, of course, like what Rajit was covering, starting from your matters, sub-matters, files, cases, like what you are signing with our clients, and what is the kind of engagement we are doing, what is that we are delivering, and what kind of billing we are expected to do. So all those things this basically is a section which is basically I use the word we use the internal capabilities of Dynamics 365, that is a product from Microsoft, and then made it for legal organizations in your language. And then of course we all fill time sheets, the actions whatever is taken against the matter, against the case, against the files, the timesheet and approval process. Then comes to it goes for request to bill, and then it goes for a invoicing section. That's one part of it. Of course, we have billable and non-billable expenses, and then and the finance part, the base accounting. We all follow cash-based accounting, and but in India, you need a credit. So accrual has also so both the accounting are managed in single system. This is purely like a Dynamics 365 as a ERP system from Microsoft. It's used by almost about 50,000 plus customers across the world. In India alone, almost about 6,000 companies are using. That's the background of this. So all together as a solution, we are built for legal vertical, legal industry, and that's what we are going to talk about. So if you look at what we have, that's why we are here, the AI assistants. That's predominantly I'm talking about Copilot. Apart from Copilot, we have we use a good word called Pro Code, in the sense professional coders. They can use with AI Foundry, or Azure Foundry we call, and then we call it as MCP servers. These are all we don't need to worry about. For you, automation has to happen from across all the applications I'm talking about, whatever application you're using. So this is the framework on which we are working. This is Copilot, Foundry, and MCP. This is purely from Microsoft. So I'll take one section of this and I'm going to talk about that. Most of the Microsoft 365 customers now they got introduced to this Copilot as a AI tool, which is now part of your Windows 11 itself, the browser part of it. So we have something called the Microsoft 365 Copilot, which comes along with your Microsoft 365, what mail or Teams or what you're using, right? So Microsoft 365 Copilot is available. I'm going to show how that is working also, and there are questions already asked by different users, can it be done, can it be done? Most of the things, the answer is yes. I'm going to talk about. I'm going to show that at the end of this particular session. So three things which I talk about this AI-powered Copilot. When I have a right context, data is the ocean. So I can pick up the right data and show it to you. That's what AI does with the powerful processors. right? And second is like you talk. I'm going to show that like in natural language, like which we are going to do. And this is very important. It is not just standalone. I have DeepSeek or I have Perplexity, or there are various tools are available. These are all independent tools. What's going to happen to my enterprise data, which is already available? So that's where Microsoft stands different and powerful. That I wanted to tell. This Copilot is currently used by most of the organizations. Microsoft 365 users, like they started using it. We are going to see that. And very importantly, people ask this question. Okay, you are going to upload the data of yours to their server, right? What will happen to that? So that's an important question for us to understand, like what is the commitment Microsoft is providing in terms of ethics, in terms of your security and data protection. So they have covered, like most of the firms sitting here, like Microsoft may be one of your client, because I had seen Microsoft as one of your client. Okay, now the GDPR or DPDR, like whatever is coming, like they are covering all those things, and the important aspect is like whatever like the different ISO things, like what is required with respect to security, like all are compliant with respect to this particular solution. So finally, is data, whatever you are going to use with AI, it's yours, and this will not be used for any training purpose, the model training purpose. So this is what the commitment from Microsoft. Many large organizations and smaller organizations, boutique organizations are available with the name of AI. Most of the firms are experimenting at this point in time. So they all come and experiment. But here with Microsoft, with the commitment, actually this is getting used. I have done like many implementations with respect to non-legal industry. The legal industry, like many people are actually experimenting. Cyril, Amarchand. There are companies like which are already using it. So it's very important to know that like Microsoft is giving this commitment, and I'm sure like it's large organization like they will honor whatever. So with this, like I will stop. I was in Bombay last week too, and I met Satya. So from Satya, like the commitment is very clear. Like, and they have this particular platform, Copilot, as a platform integrated with all their applications. I'm going to show that like how that is integrated. The smaller firms, like whatever they are coming up with is AI. So it's an independent application. You need to do the integration. Here it is already there. For example, you have this Microsoft 365 Copilot. You don't need to do anything. Next day onwards, you use it. That's over. I'm going to show that. You don't need any kind of integration. You yourself can create your own agents. We call it as agents, like the ones like which does the automation, right? So you yourself can create it. That's a kind of facility they provided in Copilot. Yeah. So what he says, like is the next paradigm shift. It's not next, like I would say, like current, the unified data and AI architecture. It's a single intelligent. We use the word called fabric. It's basically the data platform. It's again from Microsoft, where like you bring in data from different sources and put it here for your analysis. So the data is going to be with you. It is going to be with your tenant. And then like responsible AI and trust, and mostly like it is from a smaller low code no code application to the complex AI agents like you will be able to create. It's not just one agent. It's basically multiple agents. It's heavily orchestrated. That's what like we are talking about. So we'll get into the kind of demonstration in a short time. So I'll invite Sanjeev. we can deal with like your applications and see like how that is helping legal industry. Thank you.
Conversation. My name, just a quick introduction about myself. I'm Sanjeev Talani. I've been in the Microsoft fraternity since more than 1.5 decade, being there, not yet done. I still strive for something more. But, to be honest, my qualification, I have completed my law as well. I started my career also with law, but then that time IT was booming, and so I thought this can be a good turnaround for me. So so I also partially have some lawyer instincts with me as well. So that's a small quick introduction about me. So yes, as Karthik was saying, we went through too much of AI, what Satya Nadella's vision is, what Microsoft all can do. So just imagine for a situation let's put a small scenario. Here a partner at your firm gets a call from a client, and he asks for a particular update of a matter, or what's the status in the billing, or anything it can be. What do we do? In all odds scenario, we open out our emails, look into our whatever the call up frantically our other colleague partners, and start looking for the real-time updates, and then pick up the phone and then answer it back. So that's what we've seen, that this is what usually happens. So what we identified is why does this happen? It's basically everybody has some system or the other in your organization, and as Karthik rightfully said, that we are not here today to rip apart your existing system. We just want to augment it. We just want to put another layer, or embed it with the layer which is the most in thing out over here in today's time, and so that you don't have that teething issues. You just seamlessly migrate, or take another a second engine, a double engine, and start moving your organization or your partner firm to a next level. So what we identified is this mostly happens because we have disconnected data systems. There are many files, servers, practice management systems are there. There is no single truth source of the truth record out over there. So that's one of the pain area which we identified. What is the solution for that? So we have something called Microsoft Dynamics CRM, which I'll show it to you later. Also, probably in the next 10-15 minutes, we'll have a live demo of the application. You can see it to believe it. So that's what we think, the CRM application can give you a single 360-degree view of the entire matter of a client, of the billing, of your timesheet, of your expenses, everything in one single screen. You get to see it. The other pain area, what we thought, are your, you all meet many people in your conferences. You meet somebody in your you go to the court or wherever you file, your business development piece is also one of the isolated part. So we are trying to bridge that gap also. So suppose if a new client comes into you, you never know whether some of your other partners are already taking care of it, or it's a brand new. So those conflict checks and everything, we have an application which can still help you out over there to take it to closure. We also found out that your billing cycles are very complex. Some are hourly basis, some go on a blended basis, some are on fixed basis. There's too much of complexity for it. So we have a workaround available within the application, which Karthik mentioned, that there's something called Business Central, which is a financial transaction system that should help. Both the application can talk. Even if your existing application, that can also start talking with the help of the power apps. So far so good?
Yes. Yeah.
So it helps take the limited client visibility experience, the complex billing revenue and leakage, manual time consuming workflows, and disconnected data systems. All of these, most of these, and most probably your compliance and risk management. So it's certified by Microsoft as well. So Microsoft is right behind you with their entire GDPR rollout and security and risk assessment to take care of your automations. Sorry. And then obviously you have the co-pilot advantage where you've given those commands, make those commands out over there, put in your agents in place, they'll do the automation. We'll show you a small working module with us which helps build the, your conflict check becomes automated. So there's no reminder. Just in case if you're sitting in the court and your partner wants to go ahead and take up a matter, there is a conflict check which needs to be run through. It happens automatically with the agent. He runs into your database, sees whether it's good. You don't have any conflict, you can go ahead with that. Yeah, so that's how it is. So we with our application binding with your existing system can take care of your case management, track deadlines, interaction, entire 360-degree view of your entire relationship management so that you don't lose out onto any customer. Yes, please.
You said that it will just go into system and do the conflict check.
Huh.
So how does it work? Do we need to fill in the data of the clients first in the system, then only it can do
Yes,
it?
you're right.
Does it take it automatically? The data of the clients, who are my clients, what kind of clients they are, does it take it automatically or we have to feed manually?
So the data, I'll show it to you. Probably if I answer this question while I demo it to you, then only probably you will be able to connect the dots much more easily rather than if I say yes, you have. I mean, my agent is there. If that agent is there, my database CRM is there. It has customer information. It will read through that. I'll show it to you. You might want to see it to believe it.
Sorry, I thought that you move to next chapter.
Sorry about it. So we will come to that. You can see it, so it'll be a feel-good thing out of there. So yeah, as we were saying that we have the application is easily we can have that matter management, whatever are the conflict checks I was saying, create submatter, create your projects, send it for billing, whatever are your expenses that you do against a particular matter, it takes care of those as well. A single unified application which will get connected to our, right now we have Business Central here, which will take your financials and send out the invoices to the customer, and then obviously we have the AI assistants also with it, which will help you understand that how and what are the more time that you have saved while the AI has already done onto the particular activity, work packs, whatever you're doing. So that's what we're talking all here about, how do we intelligently transform your existing application into a new application supported with some more information, and then we take it up ahead.
Excuse me, this invoice generation should actually happen inside Business Center.
That's correct.
Right?
It's happening in Business Central.
Okay.
So
It's just triggered from here.
it's triggered from our case management. It's triggered from the legal hub. It can get triggered from there because it's a Business Central is a financial transaction system. So all your taxes and everything, it's much more capable to handle. So you're right. That Business Central application will take care of all the other attributes. Any questions so far? Are we able, I hope you are getting the gist of it, what we're trying to, please let me know if I'm going too fast or if you all have any questions, if you have any doubts, happy to resolve it.
We're looking for a demo.
Oh sure, we'll definitely get into the demo part of it.
I think it will make more sense to understand what you're saying because there are a lot of practical difficulties. Like he pointed out, you start feeding in the information, you automatically take it. If it's feeding, then I don't need to do it because I can do it myself.
Correct.
I'm going to say, what is the automation AI which you are bringing on the table? We need to understand that. So
I will show it to you. Probably next 10-12 minutes, I guess we can bring it up. So as Karthik mentioned, the co-pilot feature which comes inbuilt with it, it can help concise, summarize the case for you. It can summarize a particular matter for you if you have put in the right information inside it. With your email as well, it can help you draft your emails as well, and then you can re-verify it and submit it down. Those are the smart task suggestions are available. Next step, like, any automation, if you want, like, it will help you then and there as well. Obviously, like, with the, since if you have something like, if you're on an Office 365, you have the Microsoft 365 world. SharePoint is there, like, where you keep all your documents out over there. And like, it helps you, we can build out an agent where it scans through and gives you the right output as well. And then we have the time capture and billing information, automatic of your time logging. All those features can summarize it and show it to you all. That's what it is. Thank you so much. All right, Ranjit.
So I have a question.
Yes, please.
See, you fill, let's say, in CRM, the client details, what is your billing arrangement with the client. So I am a very lazy lazy person. So will it give me, if I tell the co-pilot that please can you do a timesheet for today, whether it will do it?
This is actually, I'm doing it for not legal organization, it's a professional service. Almost 8,000 IT guys are working in this organization. So they have this problem. People don't fill time sheet on Friday. So we are building a kind of like, through their, and we have certain sources, like, the task which is allocated to them in the system. Our system is called project operations. So those tasks, like, we are that is as a base, like, we are taking. If there is no objection from that particular IDS guy, then, like, we are sending that for approval to the project manager.
Because I'll tell you, I was in a firm which was a very small firm, and there ITI and all was not there in 2004-5. But they had a system where, if I worked on a document, let's say for 2 hours on one document, and another, say 2-3 hours on another document, then we were able to track it. And then, maybe if you have not done timesheet today, the next day morning, it was strict. The next day morning, then you pick up from the thread and you do the timesheets.
So I know of like, what they do, like, they have the mobile app, like, the tasks which are allocated from the partner, like, that is available to them. They select a task, start. They go, like, somebody is going to litigation, like, different.
No, now it is very easy because you can have an app and you can just put a timesheet. It's easy. It's not that difficult now. But those were the times of, like, iPhone didn't come. Right? iPhone was not there. But what I'm saying is now, if I tell this system, let's say, that do my timesheets, whether it could do, right?
Yeah. So I still remember, like, when we were and I was implementing it for Hassan Servicer, that firm. That was the time the iPhone 8 got introduced. I'm talking about 2009 time. So that's time, like they said very clearly, boss, I need it here. I don't need it in your lab. So we made that application. We connected with Apple. That time, like, it was called iTunes or something like that. So there was an interaction, and then we made it for it. But nowadays it's nothing. Nowadays, like, the sales organizations are using the timesheet, or we call it the executive contribution record. All things are in mobile mode. Start, stop.
But your mobile talks with your.
That's the same app, right?
Same.
The app what he is talking about, Dynamics 365.
No, but you have to have on your mobile as well.
Yeah, there's a small app, like, which gets installed.
Yeah. It's like Microsoft 365 is there, so all these applications are there on the mobile phone.
Yes,
Each
yes.
lawyer can have.
Yes.
Right.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you, Sanjeev, for that session, and thanks, Karthik, for answering the questions. So this is a Friday evening. We didn't want to keep it completely a presentation mode, so we thought we'll just whack your minds a little bit. So we have a quiz that's on. I request all of you to scan this QR scanner, and the fastest 3 are going to get some prizes. And I don't know if I can call it exciting, but yes, definitely good prizes. So please take your mobiles. Quick answers will get gifts. Thank you.
price is for the first 3 or the first 3
Sir,
correct?
I saw you scanning the code not to find anybody else.
No, I meant, is it the first 3 with the correct answers or the first 3?
Or even guesses are allowed.
Okay.
Highest will fastest will get the award.
Slightly premature to answer these because we still have to see what all AI can do.
Fair enough, sir. That's why we said guessing is also accepted. We understood that part of it.
So this particular product, I'm going to take you to this Office 365 first. Most of you or some of you definitely knows about this product, Microsoft 365 Copilot, which cost about 2,000 to 3,000 rupees per month. So it's sold like that, and there's no implementation required. You just have to plug it and start using it. So
Is it enterprise wise or user base?
user base. It's a per user. For the business users, the business type, like they sell it for 2,000 rupees, and for
There is no bundle.
people buy in 20s, 30s, 40s. For the senior managers, they are buying. Most of the enterprises, they are buying. So this is my personal assistant. Her name is Pamu. Last 3 months, she's a lifesaver for me. Whatever presentation I make, whatever I'm doing, it is because of her only. So I'm going to introduce you to her. She knows that I'm here, so she helped me. So this is what the screen. What you are seeing is basically a spot of your Windows 11. If you use, that's part of that, it is available. You don't need a license for this, it's available for all of us. So only difference is the enterprise is not available, or only for web you can connect. You can have a generic answers like DeepSeek or Copilot ChatGPT, for that. So the actual thing, what Satya used to tell is each and every application, whatever you use, it's part of that. So we use Microsoft Teams for most of our communication. I'll just go in order, otherwise I'll confuse. So we did the introduction, and most of the time where I get stuck is when I go for a meeting or anything I wanted to prepare or to understand. I get stuck. I used to go in different applications. I see here, it's one application. My ERP, my CRM, and my Office 365, that is basically my mail or Teams, everything. So suppose I want to ask something about any of these transactions. Let's say I'm going for a meeting with Lakshmi Kumar and Sridharan. So I wanted to. So this is my Microsoft Teams, which you are aware. Here you have Copilot. So inside your app itself, you don't need to go any other. So most of the AI is available outside. Here it's inside. So I see what's. So it's just a prompt which we normally ask what's happening here. So. So these are all small things which somebody would have experimented already. The important for me as a person, when I go to the client with LKS, what is that happening with LKS? So I need to know. So it may be applicable to you also, what's happening when you go for a meeting, or what's happening with this with respect to this matter. If that is shared with you through mail or any documentation in SharePoint, anything is shared with you. It can provide you these kind of updates. Now, for example, LKS, I'm dealing with kind of a license migration, which I am doing it, and there is a branch workflow check printing receipts, which is happening, and so there are support issues which are highlighted. So that is available with me, And there's a M365 Copilot opportunity which I am pursuing with LKS. So all the things are available in front of you. Just asking a question, like, with this Teams Copilot.
This data is coming from the internet or this is coming from the system? Is it like personal data or public data?
It is my data.
It is not. Okay.
Whatever interactions which are happening with me, like, when somebody had sent a mail to me, or somebody would have done a chat with me, right? For LKS, like, we have channels, like customer-wise channels we have created in Microsoft Teams. So the discussion which happened between two people, so that is available to me. So that data is my data. So that is all available summarized.
If it is taking mail, it will only take if you are on exchange, or it will take private mails also?
No, it is if you are on exchange. If you are on other mail system, we have an idea to do that also. So that's the second part. Like when you are having some other system, it may be Google Mail you have, or like you may have a different mail system, or instead of Mr. Teams, like you're using Slack, assuming. So what is that we need to do for that? So Slack we have a connector. So all those things can be talked about for if it's a non-Microsoft system. But Microsoft system, it is ready-made with respect to Teams.
Let's say, so sometime when it comes to data with 365, so a lot of data we put on OneDrive, and then there are data which we put on my desktop. So will it take information from desktop data also?
No.
Okay.
Which are there in cloud. See, nowadays what's happening, like people don't keep data nowadays in the local desktop. But okay, you do, if you are doing it in desktop, your desktop is synced with SharePoint, by the way.
Okay.
OneDrive. Your desktop is synced, and your document folder is synced, and your download folder is synced. So there are certain folders, like it is already synced with this thing, if you have it in desktop. By the way, like you have OneDrive for your own system also. OneDrive can be mapped in your drive also.
So this syncing is because of the 365 license, or
365 license.
even if I'm using Mac also, it will take the
It will. You have Mac connectors also. So it is giving a very good insight with respect to what is that happening with LKS for me to do the meeting, or anything like I need to do an internal transaction is very important. I use it for risk analysis. For example, I get escalation mails. So I wanted to focus on those escalations. Like I just asked Pamu that hey, give me the top 10 line items which is a risk for 3KD. I get the risk. So this is a very useful thing, which is available for immediate consumption. This is out of the box if you are using Microsoft 365.
I think all emails sit in the cloud, right?
Yeah.
They sit in the cloud and say what's happening, and if you have very specific question, it will give a specific specific answer.
I'll show that now. Yeah, it is very important for me. Like what's happening. I have a tough boss who sits in US, right? He wanted to have update for him. So when this is the time it will start now. Like he'll be alive now. So he asked, so I have to. I don't have time. I get almost about anywhere between 200 to 250 mails a day. So it's a nightmare for me. So I choose. After Pamu comes into picture, it's much more easier. I'm talking about the partners here. Partners, I know, the way in which they operate. I see Intel at Hammond said. They go here and there. Okay, this is that is that. Too many meetings continuously. That's a life we have. So this is about
just one question. So like you mentioned, so how many escalations have happened? So there may be two types of escalations. So one, somebody might have escalated and mentioned so. Otherwise, nowadays they just add you in CC.
Language is important. The language is important.
They have to analyze from the language.
The moment the happiness index goes low, it will treat that as a escalation. So, yes, like what I said, like it is not 100% by the way. Like I get something like internal conversation also comes under escalation because they used two people are fighting with each other. That also comes to me as a risk, but that is actually required by they are fighting with each other. So let me go to the next section. So same way, like summarizing the chat, like if you are using Microsoft Teams, if you have a group or a channel, like there are 15 people available, like they will be chatting. Like it's very difficult for you to know, like who is asking what. So those things also can be summarized and taken, like due to the shortage of time, like I'm moving on. I will move to the next section with respect to Outlook. So same thing, like which is from the Outlook. I ran this, like due to time thing. Like I have a customer called Xavier, is one of our enterprise customer, based out of Poland. So I wanted to understand, like what is the risk for the last 2 weeks transaction. Can you tell me the risks, top critical risks, which is like it's from the mail transaction, whatever was happening. So it is already listed on Pomo. So what is the delay happening, and then incorrect billing, fixed date, revenue posting, only 60% completed, FA master transfer. So all the risk, and it will also say that, like what is that, like it is suggesting. So let me go to the suggestion. This is very important, and this is useful to your life also. Like it is not just summarizing it. It is also telling what you can probably do. So those kind of things can be achieved using Microsoft 365 Copilot. So the priority of forming a tiger team plus the client team, what is that, I should focus. Then 30 minutes data hygiene stand up. It is talking about enforcing SOP closure with the maker checker and fast track XMS rollout dependencies. So it is not just summarizing and telling us.
How did the AI know, for example, item number 2 has to be done? It got it from the mails and the conversation.
Because whenever there is important escalations happening, like I am CC'd by the customer or CC'd by my own members. So when I get that mail, obviously it is my data, it will come from there. Yes, you are right. Like if it is not copied to me, it cannot go back.
So how long does it take for the AI to train to get to this level after if you are starting fresh? If
Tomorrow.
You have not used it.
Tomorrow.
Okay. All of these things also, it's already pre-trained to understand.
Yeah, pre-trained. But there are certain things I trained.
Okay.
So she is smart bit because she understands the way. She is also learning by the way in which I ask question, and she expects me to ask questions and then answer in a way that I can understand. So I train her. I spend about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I train. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. I'm going here. It is like your assistant, nothing else. You have to treat her as your secretary. Kind of. So this is on mail. Frankly telling, yeah.
Are the prompts generic in nature, or are there some generic prompts to give the AI for this? Or
This is I just type whatever I.
No, I'm just asking.
No.
For the efficiency of
the
AI.
more you give correct question. For example, I'll show you it's not confidential. So this I I have a prompt section. If you look at anything and everything, if you look at like, I give a story. For example, for Total Politics, like this is basically a UK-based customer. So I tell that I have my customer called Total Politics from UK has data breaks based on this, and then I tell like this is what I want and create a comprehensive suggestions on this. It gave me a kind of a 60-page document. Then I said no, I want in 10 pages. Then it shrink like and give only bullet points. So which is very much important, like that. Can I give you customer ready document? I say yes. Then it will draft a beautiful customer ready for Total Politics to Anna. It will create, and then I just have to paste it in mail and send it. So to be frank, like as a user, like it saves. Okay, this I shared with my boss also. Like this is almost saving 80% of my time, because like I need to do a lot of research on like preparation of the meeting. It takes long, 80% of the time. He said, so you can work more. This is what the immediate response from me. So you can work more. So it is not the question of like working more. It is a question of like I get time for my own life. That's what I think. Okay, so I will move on to the next one.
I just wanted to, whatever output we are asking, so what's the accuracy of that? Because I can just send it, or is it of course reading from my cloud, from various databases, emails or documents. So what's the accuracy? Means what I have to recheck each point.
Okay, I do definitely go through a glance of what is generated. Without that, I don't do it with external or internal communication without checking it. But the time I check is very, very limited, because like it's all business transaction or a kind of a delivery transaction, which I understand much faster. So I do check it. Now answering question, what is the accuracy? So in my experience, like people say that it is beyond 60%. For me, it is beyond 80-85%. Because I'm mostly data driven. So most of the data, like it comes to me, or like I store it with me. It's all in my OneDrive.
No, because you worked.
Yeah.
So
80 to
you
85%.
can glance and you can send and make corrections if
Yes.
relevant.
Yes. So the next topic, what I wanted to take here is.
Sorry, one more question. Do you have this accuracy as a comparison, peer-to-peer comparison with other AIs?
Okay. Google has Gemini. Google is a good competition. Yeah,
No, I'm saying the accuracy wise.
That's
What's
what
the-
Google's accuracy also similar to that.
Similar.
People say that 60 to above 60%. People say I never used Google, so I can't say that. But people say about 60% like we are getting. But most of the other BI tools, AI tools, like they don't work on mails. You have to install it, you have to integrate it, all those things. Like, that is too much of a headache. People don't do it for mailing purpose. Nowadays, what I see the change in the enterprise segment. Even then, like they use other system like Zoho or any other system, mail system. They are migrating because of this advantage. All the transactions are here with you, so you can ask question anything like that. For example, I am a partner. I am running let's say 20 matters or 20 cases I am handling. So my members are in the channel, Teams channel, like they are chatting with each other. Their documents are stored in the Teams channel with SharePoint. So it is very easy for the partner to get that information instantaneously if everything is on the same place. So people are moving, and there are two companies like they recently migrated because of this.
So I can say that managing partner can really say that how much they have built this client this month.
He is going to show that. It is very very important that like you ask question, get question answered. PC you are going to show? PC. Okay.
It reads attachments also, right?
Yes. This is generated out of attachment, by the way. Everything like it reads Excel, PDF, or Word, or whatever.
I'm afraid you have already passed the point of Outlook with Outlook. I didn't quite catch that. How did you actually integrate it? Because if I'm not,
I don't need any integration.
So if I have Copilot already on my system,
Hmm.
I have an AI laptop, it has the Copilot button on it, and I use Outlook. So I just open the Copilot and it will eat up the data
Yes.
and give me the
Yes.
output. Okay.
So your advantage you're saying is all is integrated already.
Already it is integrated. You don't need to do anything. So for example, like today, like you decide like I'm going to have Copilot. Like you subscribe for one year, you just have it, and next day it will be ready. It
So
takes
it
some
will
more.
read from everything, whatever is there in the Excel, in
Excel.
Word, in PowerPoint.
It should be
whatever
on
is-
cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be.
Excuse me. So I have a small query. It may sound silly, but I now have two Copilots. One is integrated into my Outlook,
Mhm.
which of course I use. Suppose I would respond to a mail that's faster to use, and one I have normal on my taskbar. So from a quality standpoint, is a difference in quality between both the Copilots. Does someone have any additional feature in it inherently, apart from the fact that one reads mails more efficiently?
Okay, well, with my experience, like if you are using it from Teams or if you're using it from Outlook, there is no difference. But you are using it from desktop, there are certain restrictions. There are certain areas it doesn't read because that's a common Copilot which is given to all the Microsoft 365 users. So it doesn't provide you that kind of depth.
As many features as the other ones which are there. with
So
Plugin.
please use it from Teams or this thing like that will give you more.
Thank you.
So I'll go to one of the thing like drafting. Like I'm not sure like how many people using it. Like I'll take this immediately.
Actually, you can ask people to face that.
So this is one mail like which is sent by my customer in the morning like he is doing a good job and all those things like I just it understands the concept like I don't do anything like I say thanks. So this is a very it's a very rude thing, right? Just say thanks alone. So I say all time, that is basically the Copilot in action. I say generate, it will give you a kind of context, like what is that, like you can write like in English, good English and all those things, thank you for this and that and all those things. And like this is a very simple example I'm saying, like I don't know, like in my organization there's a culture. You have almost 50 mails in a chain of mails. Somebody says this, somebody says this, like you have 50 mails will be there. For that kind of thing, like this Copilot, what it does, like it understands the entire context, and then when you respond in a very rough way, also like it will make you like I understand this, I understand this. The way in which like you will have to respond to your customers, so it does that. So when I want to do this, like I can do the adjustments, make it longer, shorter, make it sound more formal. So these kind of things like it provides, so that like you can make it much more better way of doing it. So these are all default, by the way. If you buy now, like tomorrow it is available.
Can you click on make it a poem? I just want to see it.
Okay.
I will make it bigger. I didn't try that. But this kind of poems we cannot send to our customers.
So you can send. There was one judge in one country. He used to write his judgment in poems.
Okay, that's cool.
Everything is possible.
So that's Teams and Outlook. And let me go to the next one. See, the Word and Excel, all those things are very, at least Word is very important for you. Like you do a lot of agreements, you do a lot of drafting, like you make it, right? So the Word one is like, let me try to show you something like which you can relate it to. So this is a 20-page document was created by Copilot only. And any kind of solution we make, like we use Copilot, that saves almost 80% of my time. That's what my job is also, and that saves my time also. So for this kind of thing, like so suppose like I want to have somebody I can click on here, like here also you have Copilot. So suppose like you takes long time for this, like you just say like Pamu, give me 2-page summary. So this is basically very important. What kind of prompts you are giving? Prompt nothing but like what you are asking. So the more precisely you are able to ask, the more precise answering this question. If you want to go between 60% to 100%, so that depends on the kind of questions you ask. You give that kind of information to the person, okay, who is seeking. So another interesting thing, so you get it gives us 2-page summary of like what is that in that 20-page document. So you can make it and then share it. You cannot send 20-page document to your boss, or even customers fail to read that. So just like make it as 22%, and then it can also give you an idea of like how to make this beautiful documents with your header, subheader, and all those things. Like all those things inbuilt, which is available. Same way, like when you have this Excel. I have some 2000 lines. So let's say like some data is that it's a sales data which I have, like you may have data like which is basically having for your analytics you wanted to do. So when these kind of things come into picture, like it is very easy to analyze things like you have a Copilot here. So in the interest of time, like I'm not getting into details, but the point what I wanted to make here is whatever Office 365 applications are there, it is available. Okay, coming to your domain, that's basically the document research like which you do, like especially on intellectual property or patents or trademarks. There's a research you wanted to do on a specific topic. You wanted to get information, specific information. So in Copilot, like we have something called researcher. This fellow, this guy is a very good agent. So normally, like whenever I talk about that prompts which I was showing in the notepad, right? I create it. Whatever I have I know, like I put it. I provide that to researcher. It provides me a beautiful document. So this is for your in-depth analysis. This is available by default. So this takes a little bit time, like almost take 5 to 7 minutes. I'm not running that. But whatever documents generated, like I was showing this Fortress one, that is basically created by researchers.
How to create your own agent?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling.
This is a built-in tool?
Researcher, yeah, built-in tool. Now sales is a built-in tool, Sales Copilot, that is connected with my CRM. And Microsoft admin, suppose I want to create a user, I want to give access. So these are all agents. So you can create your own agents. I don't have it anything right now. Like some of the things like which I wanted to share, like what I have. I want to build as a person who's leading this particular business. I'm very particular about providing birthday wishes, anniversary wishes to my members. So earlier, like sometime I said, sometime I didn't send it. Now, like I automate it through agent. So it takes from my HR system the information of the birthday. It sends automatically at 12 o'clock in the night. So this is very important. I'm just giving an example, but this kind of automations are possible. There are many use cases like, I can tell with respect to your own professional services kind of scenario. Possibly I have all your IDs, I'll provide that information, what all different kind of automations other firms are doing. So it's very important for you to understand. These are all not $1 million items. These are all available with you already if you're using Microsoft 365.
I had a question of this researcher bit. Because there are various other apps and people who are giving these that there is a researcher, you put a query and you'll get the summary and all, because that's the heart of our job, for me at least I feel. So how does it search? It will just do Google search only, right? And how would that be different from, for example, I can type in a query in the chat GPT also, it will give me a...
It will not give you enterprise data. Your own data it will not give. It will come from your web search, right?
Yeah.
It will not come from your mail or your Teams. It will not come.
Okay. So this is not for legal research. This is for
legal research also will do. If you look at this this particular prompt, the analyst, what you have, or researcher, you can use both of them. It will search for work as well as enterprise, both. If you don't select anything, it will look at your enterprise data, it will pull in. It will take the web data also. It will provide a consolidated one, what you want. So if you give a right prompt, which I do, I was showing the example. What is that you wanted? So if you are able to list down, if it is already available in your enterprise data, that's your SharePoint or mail or Teams, it will come, plus the web data.
Can you integrate with other softwares? LexisNexis.
There are certain built-in integrations available. For example, Salesforce, there is a CRM system. There are almost about, they claim about 150 something numbers of system you can integrate.
No, I'm talking about the research or the analyst. I have a legal software, which is basically case clause are there. So can we integrate that with this?
Okay, instead of integration, how people are doing, I'll tell you. So we have Fabric. That's basically, we call it as one lake. That's basically a large, big database. So the data which we wanted to use for Copilot, this data sync sometimes every half an hour or every one day it will say incremental. So this is available in Fabric, one lake. Copilot will use that data. It doesn't require to talk to your other system.
No, but you see, I will tell you, LexisNexis, if I have the case law software, I will be governed by the terms of use of that software. So I don't want that. What I want is, this is a legal software, and this is, let's say, Copilot, and these are the agents, research and analyst. So I just want them to just talk to each other, and because they are not synced, but they're connected. And if I ask some legal question, normally what I have to do is I have to go into the software, log in, and I have to do the research. So same thing, I'll get the answer, right? It will throw up whatever case laws,
the previous
law point I am searching. But if it's integrated with this, so can I use the analyst, which is again, this is connected with that, and I extract here, so I don't need to log in.
Absolutely.
There
are two possibilities there.
Yeah.
One is
or books.
I take the data into my one lake and I can use that for my analysis and research. The second method is, if your system allows Copilot to interact with, I can take it from there. So that there is a permission, the protocol is there, which I'll have to look at what system is that, are they allowing or not. But integrating with other system and doing analysis research, yes, it is possible.
But they charge a lot of money for the API. We have tried it with the taxman.
There are like certain legal software like they charge. Like, I had experience with few legal firms like they moved to Microsoft because of that. Yeah, those days are gone. They are not supposed to, but they will change.
Or I have another question that we have generated a lot of data which is of our firm, but it is on our server. So you are saying that if it is in cloud, it can take it from there. Is there any system that we are using this and it is fetching the data from our servers?
See, on premises it's not.
It's not possible. Okay, but if we upload that data to
Cloud.
OneDrive, then it will fetch.
Yes.
Okay. Also, I also have another question that if we subscribe to the Microsoft 365, we are already getting that Copilot button over there. So, what is the role of 3K technology over here?
No,
I mean,
we are representatives of Microsoft.
Microsoft, okay.
This is basically it will solve. I would say 40% of your problem.
Mm-hmm.
So what we are talking about is about your own process automation.
Okay.
Starting from a case coming in, cash coming in, the entire process, there and all we can automate. So we do the working with you and ensure that we are implementing them for you.
Okay.
These are custom copilots.
Achha.
So you're seeing this creating agent. We will help you to create agents like this.
Can you explain how to create agent?
Okay, I'm not the eligible candidate for that, and we are not planned for that also. But we can take his credentials. We can have one-to-one thing for you. It's not rocket science.
Okay.
That much.
So you mentioned these 4 agents are already there by default, right?
Analyst and researcher comes along with M365. Sales comes along with my CRM.
Okay.
So that I published it here.
Okay. And you also mentioned about the happy birthday stuff. So
that I can create it through create agent.
So it can actually send emails by itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can create such agents. It's automatically triggered.
Is it a fair understanding that this is sort of a custom GPT built on top of Copilot, especially for the legal sector?
No, this is this works for all the industries. I am relating to the legal industry.
But for the legal industry specifically, this is a sort of custom agent you said. Right?
Custom agents like that we are going to create. We will be creating it. In fact, our factory is already in the process of creating many agents in terms of document comparison and merging, and then proofreading. So those things we are already doing. There are a few legal firms are working with me in terms of doing that. So what we are planning, when we have this agent ready, we will put it in Microsoft Marketplace. You can get it from there as a solution partner.
Any good tools which are available in Microsoft Marketplace which are really helpful for lawyers?
There are many.
Okay.
There are many, especially document management system. I have seen many tools which are available. Can somebody note this so that we can respond to this?
There are certain documents in a different language, especially take for example Maharashtra. A lot of your land documents are in Marathi, or if you're doing criminal matters, a lot of basic document is in Marathi. How does this also have a translation, inbuilt translation, picks up the inbuilt translation?
Yes. Recently I did a project for a small project. They have a Chinese plant. So Chinese they talk in they write in Chinese only. So they get files, Excel files in Chinese. So the requirement of India team, the India plant is basically whatever files coming, it will come. They will send it to the specific email ID. It will pick up the data, and then it will translate to English, and then send it back to the sender of this. It's possible. Marathi must be there. Most of the Indian languages are covered, but we can check. Most of the Indian languages covered.
Further to what Sir said, the data is in digital format. What about the data which is in manually or handwritten? Can it translate that?
When we scan.
Absolutely yes. Actually, I wanted to show, like, I mean, normally you scan it and then give it as the image, right? If you put it here, like, I mean, I'll just quickly see, like, if I can do that. It will take about 5 minutes, like, take that.
Can you use Kannada instead of Marathi, if that's possible?
Yeah.
Handwritten Kannada.
Yes. First, it will scan. Like, that's a step. Like, it scans. It take that in Kannada and then translate that to English and provide you the output in whatever way like you want, Word or the Notepad. That's a very common use case, by the way.
Because I had personal difficulty while translating. I used Google Translate. I also used Lex Dash. I don't know if you are aware about that software, but it was not that accurate. So that is why I was like further manually handwritten notes.
Yeah, it is possible. See, when you use ChatGPT, it is free. Like, it will also convert definitely. But again, like, putting it here, putting there, like, there's an automation available. Like, point it there, it will convert and then put it in your mail bag. This kind of automation. You want to go?
Yeah.
So I'll stop here. Like, I have a lot of things. Like, I'm already 9. Like, with this guy saying like no.
Can you tell us what actually agents you are creating for the workflows for law firms? In just an example without any name.
So there's one law firm. Like, they have a standard template for creating their agreement. So what they are trying to do is like, the group of attorneys like, who are working on specific, it's not a agreement format. They talk, conversation, what is happening. Based on that, they wanted to take that information for creating that agreement. And also compare it with the standard agreement, say that what percentage of compliance is there and tell. So when it's near to about 90 to 95%, it will go for a review with the partner. Okay, please create this report and give a format. And then we say that it will take 10 days time, 10 into 8 hours, 80 hours. So 80 hours we say that per day like we charge 20,000 rupees, it will cost you 1,60,000 rupees, whatever. So those days are gone. So we don't get paid based on that. So rather like, they say that they buy this Copilot. I say that like, this is what the information you want, you format it and give it to me in this particular format. So this is happening. This is not just I'm saying, it is already started happening in most of the Microsoft driven ERPs.
So this is how the Microsoft Dynamics CRM look like. This can be this is an app which is made on Microsoft stack. It's the CRM application. So basically, Microsoft CRM is the chassis. On that chassis, we have built this particular application. So this is how your practice management dashboard looks like. You can start your day with as a as a partner. You want to see how are your how's your client looks like. What are your sub matters. Which of the users have filled in the practice, the lawyer has filled in the partner has filled in his timesheet, how is it going, which of your billing methods are currently being in use. So you can always go ahead and have a look at this, and then these all are doable by yourself. You don't have to be a tech savvy, just it's drag and drop of an application. So the thumb rule here is as long as you're inserting a data inside this particular application, you can go ahead and slice and dice and build your own dashboard just in case if you want to go ahead. So for the business development section, this is the area where we have the business development section. So this is everywhere would be your you can go ahead and store all your client database, and we understand that you'll have that non-soliciting complete clause and all. So if you have the different stages, like you met somebody at the airport or somebody coming up with you, so you have your introduction, whatever follow-up done, any of the whatever process you follow to bring in a new client inside your organization. So we can it's available. In the event if it doesn't meet with your current process, we can go ahead and again modify it, extend it. So I wouldn't say the word customize it, you can extend it. So we can always go ahead and extend this particular application to the process that is being already used in your organization. So it's a small extension which needs to be done onto it. So you see all these, all these are again like multiple address in the event if you want some insights. These are available multiple address, a particular, like for example, let's say Axis Bank is there, like he's got different branches, different places. His litigation is going on, so you can add those. All those are available here, and then this is the database place where all your contacts get stored here, and then whatever are the activities that you do gets tracked here. Now, with this, what happens is if you're synced with Outlook, so this will go ahead and get connected with your Outlook as well, and you can track that entire conversation within the application as well. So that's also natively available. Then we have the conflict check. I'm running a little too fast right now because in the interest of time. So you go ahead and whatever are your conflict checks that you need to get started with. So you can start your conflict check. It will go through different tiers of approval. In the event if the approval doesn't happen within the threshold time that you wanted, it will auto assign it as well, auto approve it, stating that okay, there is no conflict within the organization. So that's also done out over here. And once when the the conflict gets cleared, you can go ahead and create your own matters out over here. And when you create this matter here, the matter got created after your conflict checks have been done. Then you can go ahead and start building your whatever are the jobs, whatever are the line items, like you have to go in for the drafting, somebody will be doing the reading part, somebody will be going ahead and putting up some documents, pulling out the documents from the court. All those work packs can be distributed here, and then in the event if you want the billing types to be changed, whether it's a fixed fee or the different types of billings, which are RE blended, whether designation wise, or these are the per event hourly designation, retainer fees, all these are being preloaded with it. All you have to do is just modify it however you want it, fix in the rate, and you can start using it. So it's almost ready to use for you. Take it, use it, and start moving on to it. So this is how it is. And whichever the practitioner, the lawyers are associated working on this particular matter, like you can go ahead and assign, add the partner or the lawyers working onto this particular sub matter. You can add it, and the price and everything gets auto filled out over here. So this is one of the feature out over here. And then comes your timesheet entry. So whatever timesheets that you have filled in, whatever you have worked in, so all you have to do is just go ahead and fill in your timesheet, and then you want to recall it, you want to submit it, you go ahead and submit it to just click on a button, submit, then it goes for your Business Central, or it can get triggered to your financial transaction system for the invoicing part. So the APIs, our APIs are ready. We just have to get your API and start consuming it. So that's the end for it. In the event if suppose you want to rationalize certain hours, just in case if your client says, hey, this month don't bill me so much, whatever, if you want to rationalize the hours, we have that feature is also available. In the event if you want to approach certain proportionate percentage you want to go ahead and do with the billing, so that's also very much doable. In the event if suppose whatever are your expenses that needs to go ahead and do it, you can also fill in your expenses as well. So this is how it is. And then yes, needless to say, you want to go ahead and build this particular whatever the data is there inside, is closely associated with Power BI, so it will go ahead and build its own analytics and show it to you, so you can go ahead and slice and dice and see whatever however you want to see the data with it. So it shows you all out over here, and then however you want to slice it. These are the tables, fields, all natively available. You can leverage them as a partner if you want to see how profitable the what are the expense going in, how profitable the matter is, or you need to raise any invoices or anything. And then we have the native Power BI as well. So this is something custom which we have built in.
So the important aspect is the data, whatever you are putting in, like, through this different applications of Microsoft. That's very important for the Copilot to consume. So whatever, like, he is putting the data, like, matter, related to matter, the billing, all information is available in single source. That's in Microsoft. So that will be used, like, okay, for example, like in this, what are the matters cases, like, which I have not billed, or like how much percentage I have billed. So those kind of questions, like you can ask the Copilot. Can you expand that Copilot?
Yeah, sure.
So this Copilot fellow is available in all the applications of Microsoft. So this, you can ask this Copilot fellow and you can get the answer of the data what is there inside.
So I say, hi, I want to, how can I help you today? So I say, show me for Huawei client.
Where the prompt is important, sir. Huawei client, like you're asking, what is it actually you want to ask about Huawei?
Yeah. So it tells me, please provide a brief description of matter or work type. So I ask him, like, get me the conflict check, or I just write conflict check. So it goes into this is answering to your question. What it happens is, within the application, it runs through and sees that, hey, do I have, please provide the, so it says, like, I don't have, please provide associated client name. So I say it's, so whatever fields are mandatory to fill in a conflict check, so it will keep on asking it. It is active, the current status is active. When do you want the revert by? I say I want it by 21/12. So what it will do is, please provide the client's address. I say it's Mumbai. So likewise, like, these are very simple prompts which we are doing. We can still minimize it. So I say, what do I call it?
So this is the custom agent.
This is a custom agent, yeah, right.
So whatever action you wanted to do, like, you create a custom agent and then launch it here. And what are questions asking based on whatever we told to ask. And also see, it will ask dynamic questions also based on the answers. If it is there, then if you ask this question. So those kind of things. And all these things are not pro code. This is all, like, drag and drop, and good business user with little bit of technology knowledge, they can do it.
So it just goes ahead and builds up the Huawei client. It created a client for me. Whatever information it got, it prompted me, I filled in, and it came in here, and then I can start with the next process. So that's how the agent works. So this, what you just right now saw, was a custom agent, and what you were seeing on Karthik's PC was the Microsoft Copilot agent. So this also, the custom what we make goes ahead and attached with the default one. So this is how it learns. Yeah, so this is more or less how the application looks. Happy to take any questions. Reports are available out of the box, however you want to see it. Then this is with the help of the Power BI. Yes.
If the conflict check is approved automatically, can we reverse it?
Yeah.
Yes. You can reverse it.
How to generate an invoice? Suppose I say that prepare an invoice for this. Will it do it? Will it prepare an invoice?
You want to send the timesheet, whatever the timesheets have been filled in, and you want to auto submit it. Is that what your prompt? Is that what your ask is?
No, as a ready invoice that for this work, give me a PDF invoice.
Final invoice.
The final invoice. Well, I think that happens in Business Central. So so right now it's not, we don't have the Business Central applied out over here, but that feature is available within the Business Central. So you want to generate an invoice, you generate an invoice, it downloads into PDF and it gives it to you.
All these are part of Dynamics license. Or?
Yeah. What are part of this?
This application is the one which we are wrapping right now. So is it part of the license of Dynamics or the typical 365?
This is part of Dynamics 365 CRM. Business Central has its own separate licensing SKU.
Okay.
This has a different licensing SKU. Yeah.
So we have to purchase each and every application separate.
Yeah. Business Central is a financial transaction system.
See,
that you have to.
what happens, like, we have answers for why it's different. Like, so some firms, like, they don't want to use finance for their purpose. They want to use Tally only. So for them, like, we can be separated. Somebody asks for only finance and not practice management. Practice management, they wanted to pay more. What he said, right? They want to pay more and then get that application. So those applications. So it is a flexibility, like, what we have provided. If you want combined everything, that is also possible.
But some of them are enterprise wide and some of them are user based, right?
Everything is user based here.
No, how the CRM can be user based?
CRM is user
No,
based.
it is for one law firm.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
all. So how it can be, if there are 500 lawyers?
We don't need to give CRM for 500.
No, that is exactly what I'm saying.
Mostly partners are using.
So it is enterprise.
Yeah, only partners buy the CRM part.
No, but why so many partners should buy? Only a law firm will buy.
Why is that? Like, normally partners are less, normally 20 and 30 numbers, right?
No. It is 200.
Okay, right. The large law firms.
200.
Like, maybe like-
No, what I am saying is CRM is a enterprise wide, right? So anybody within the organization should be able to use the CRM.
Okay, so for example, like this license of $5 per user per month. I think that's not a bigger number.
But ultimately,
Yeah, 400 numbers. Yeah.
But this is not enterprise wide. Some of the
No, not
apps are
unlimited
not
one.
enterprise wide. All are user based.
So we can have a personalized session. Like, you can nominate your firm members or yourself. If you want the kind of personalized time, we are willing to do that. I think that session with your team. So we take that time.
Okay, thank you so much. I think I don't want to be between the dinner and you. So let me make it quick. We can definitely touch base with you. This is my contact number. You can scan the QR code. And like Karthik mentioned to you, we can have one-on-one personal discussions or virtual meeting, understand your requirement in detail. So we'll be happy to spend that time and understand. So for what I find, we're not probably getting into details, but we can definitely reach out to you. We will do that right after this event. Maybe by Monday, Tuesday, we'll have our communications coming in. So please feel free to talk to us, reach us, and let us know what you would need, how you would need, whether it's a licensing, whether it's application, whether it's automation, whether it's adopting Copilot internally in your environment for the enterprise, and how we can help you operationally and bring in efficiency and transparency like you mentioned in the initial stage. So without much ado, thank you so much for coming in here. We have dinner served at the outside, so please do have dinner. Thank you so much. And thanks. Sorry? Oh, I'm very sorry. So,
You told us to participate.
sorry. I'm sorry. I think the dinner part of it just made me go. Any questions generally? Otherwise, any questions generally? Yes, please.
Suppose we already have Zoho, the firm has Zoho,
Yeah.
and they will transition the whole system to this thing. Because Zoho, I understand, already takes a lot of time to plug in the data and everything.
You already changed to Zoho from something else. So, so now you want to switch to this. How does that happen? How do you transfer all the data, like client names and everything? How do you transfer that? Is it an automated process or manually feed?
So we do a migration process. We understand your current system, which is Zoho. We have worked with Zoho in the past, so that's a benefit. We have experience and expertise. So we can look at transitioning the whole data and deploying this Business Central and the Power Apps. So we also do a study, which is part of Microsoft STEP methodology. We understand your processes, workflow, map it to your organization, and look at the data that's available already and see what the gaps are. The gaps basically are the things that you need to have as automation itself. And then we'll process the whole thing to a period of, deployment, testing, and all of that, and it's go live it.
And adding to what Ranjit just mentioned, so the one good advantage if you're coming on the Microsoft stack, it has the Excel upload facility as well. So we'll give you those templates, you can give the data in the Excel template and then we'll import it for you. That's one way of doing it. Then there are Zoho to Dynamics coming in, there are connectors also, there are tools also available, so we can leverage that tool as well. So both the options are available, and obviously we'll do a study and see what are your live records that needs to come in. Obviously you don't want to get everything in at a first stage, like we have different methodologies for it, how we we get the information into the Dynamics world from any other application.
So that's the technical Sanjeev.
Yeah.
So, okay. So the last part of the whole event, we are going to announce the quiz winners. In the third place, we have Mr. Pratik Ambekar. Congratulations to you. Karthik, please come.
I don't know what this is like.
Thank you so much. The second place.
Don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to show off. So thank you. Thanks, Karthik. Second place goes to Shashwata Banerjee. I hope I'm pronouncing it right.
Yes.
So this is the gentleman who cheated on all of us. He scanned the thing first. Please go. Karthik, please do the honors, Karthik.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for participating. And the first place goes to, can anybody guess who it is? I know it's a very bad question, but still. Oh, can somebody guess if they won? Okay, I'll give you a clue. Yeah. Sorry?
I think I won.
Okay. So I hope your name is Udita Basu. Please come forward. Thank you.
Our table captured.
So the moral of the story is, please stay at the back to win the quiz. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody for participating, and it was really a pleasure to host you all today. And please join us for dinner outside. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you can just scan the feedback form, we would love to have your feedback. If there are ways that we can improve this whole interaction and the event, would love to hear from you. So please kindly do take a couple of minutes to do the same. Thank you so much again. And with that, we wrap this event up. Thank you. Okay, I have to say one more thing. So whoever fills the feedback form will get goodies. Is that inspiring or motivating enough? I hope so. Thank you so much.
So it's a one development.
Yes, I say the licensing
I think that's a separate licensing.